Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 8, Volume 12. And this is the last for a couple of weeks, so bear that in mind, because we've come out of lockdown now, so normally it's 10 episodes, but we're up to 12, just to extend it a little bit for you guys. Anyway, so we have a tape. It's a tape from Spain. This time round, there's definitely data on both sides, and side A, which we're on right now, really does sound good. It sounds like there's plenty of lovely goodies on there. There's nothing much to really say about this one, other than the fact that it's a Sony tape. So I'm hoping for a good thing. There is some writing written on it. I can't quite make out what it says. INI or OIV, I don't know exactly what that is, and nothing on the other side at all, so no writing on the other side. So without further messing around, I'm going to put this in a tape drive. Right, last one of Season 8. Let's go with the old favourite, Load It. So let's go down here. Basic, and I am putting load speech marks, that's the standard way to load a specky, and let's push the button. So this is one of my tapes from my Spanish friend, Eduardo. He sent me a whole collection. I've still got loads to go from his sort of front of it. I've got some, actually, looking through my tapes, I've done quite a lot, actually. I've done more than I thought I'd done, but there's a lot of C15, so we may have to have a little blitz of those at some point, maybe in the next season. But these are from Eduardo. Ooh. Is this nighttime or something else? Oh, that was a bad start. That's just me asking the questions. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Night Law. It is Night Law. Oh, right, okay. We haven't done this one before. I know we haven't, because I had a little look at all the tapes we've done. So we haven't done this one before. Night Law. I was quite a surprise, actually. I'm pretty convinced we haven't done this one again. Now I'm actually checking, because I'm sure I haven't done it. We had a whole Night Law section at one point. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced I haven't done this one. It doesn't appear in the pictures. There's a lot of pictures of tapes, and I have pictures of all of the tapes that we go through as we go from the seasons. And we did a lot of Season 8 stuff, and I'm going to have a look. Yeah. Pretty convinced it isn't. We're not having a good time though, getting it to start in the first place. That's a bad sign. Well, let's have a little. I'm just scrolling. I'm going to rewind that again. So we'll give Night Law another blast, and we'll see if we can get it to work. I'm just scrolling. Do you know what the thing is? I think I didn't expect it to be Night Law. Was there a Spanish version of Night Law? Was there a Spanish upgrade of Night Law? I don't know. I don't know if there was or wasn't. So. No. Don't know. No, definitely not had this one before anyway. So that answers that question. But that's not a very good start. Look at this. It's giving me loads of grief. Right, I'm gonna put it on the other tape drive, and we're gonna give it a blast and that from there. We'll try see if we can get the blooming thing to work in the first place. God, do you know something? I'm second guessing myself there, and I shouldn't do that, because I did check beforehand, and I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. 2.5 minutes of me second guessing myself. Anyway, right, let's put it in the other drive. We'll get the old tape adapter out, and we'll give it a go. One of the things that I'm going to mention this as in passing. One of the things I do with these tapes, tend to do before I do them, is I kind of have a listen to see whether there's anything there, which is kind of standard practice for me, because I have been kind of caught out with things. I don't mind if there's a little bit at the end of it, but sometimes they're all just music. So there's no point in putting a what's on the tape that's just pure music instead of anything else. You know, I like it when they've kind of interspersed. They've been overwritten by various bits and pieces. You know, over the past, so somebody's overwritten it with sort of the top 40, and then they've overwritten it with specky games. That's kind of cool, and I love the way it does that when you do things. So yeah, I like that kind of stuff. But I put them in drives. I give them a little listen to see where we're at. I tend to fast forward and rewind them quite a lot, so to kind of loosen them up, because my feeling is that if they've been sitting in a loft where it's been moist and sort of whatever else is, I have a feeling it makes me feel like that they would be sticky. if that makes sense. So sort of sticky and dirty and horrible. So I kind of fast forward them and loosen all that off and try and kind of it's almost like giving it almost a clean, but you can't really do much else with it. I mean, it's like anything else. A lot of these things, when you see them on eBay, apart from those people who are trading in them anyway, you see them on eBay or anywhere else. Even Facebook and things like this. They tend to have been set for 40 years in the loft. So I don't think that environment is particularly conducive. In fact, that's why there is actually, and I mentioned this in my previous video, there is actually I'll have to find the video for it. I'm really gonna have to have a look for that. There is actually a I'm just hoping this loads now. Oh, that's better. And there is actually a tape cleaning system for it, and I remember it was the other thing I remember about it was Japanese as well, and there was something to do with humidity was the reason why they cleaned their tapes off. You quite often got mould on them, which is kind of interesting actually if you think about it. But we actually had mouldy tapes. I've got coffee. I hope you've got a beverage too. We always need a beverage. Oh, there we go. Ultimate. Play the game. I do hope this isn't a video we've done before though. I really can't remember doing this tape though. If you all look at me and go, we've done this one, I'm gonna be gutted because I'm quite convinced I haven't. I think I've just seen a lot of Night Law recently. I guess it's one of those games, isn't it? It's one of those legendary games that we've seen quite a lot in the past. It's kind of it's one of those sort of iconic tapes that you've got. That's been around. I know where we saw it. We saw it on a C15, didn't we? There was a C15 with Night Law on it. I'm pretty convinced of that. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced of that. Just I'm now scrolling like crazy through my pictures of things because there's always a picture of the tape, isn't there, at the beginning of it all? Yeah, there isn't one like this one. Yeah, there was a Night Law not that long ago in this series. In fact, I think it was on one of the C15s that we had. Yeah, there was Night Law not that long ago in the C15s. It's most definitely not been played, this particular tape. So anyway, he whizzes back through time looking at it. Do you know this? There's 90 episodes of this, or 90 episodes in relation to the playlist to do with what's on the tape. Did you know that? I can't believe that I've actually created 90 episodes or done 90 tapes. I've probably still got 100 or so to go. So if we've got 90 tapes and we're on episode 8, that's not a bad margin realistically for anybody. We're looking forward to more because there's going to be more for certain. Is there a remake of Night Law recently? I have the feeling that there's a remake on the horizon. Is it for the ZX Spectrum Next? Did I see that pop up on Facebook? I think the answer to that question is yes. I think it did. I think we did have that one pop up on recently. Right, I have no idea what the controls are, the keys for this. So what's 5 is directional controls? Oh, that's right, because we have tank controls otherwise. So you basically walk forward and then turn and then walk forward again. Whereas directional controls go the direction they point. I'm going to try directional controls. I'm going to press 0 to start. So this is the follow-up to Saberwolf from Ultimate Play the Game. This is, I think he was hunting the wolf amulet in the first one. I think there's 5 parts to it, but somebody's going to correct me in the comments. There might have been 4. It was a maze type game, and this one he's kind of been cursed by it, and the idea is that you have to no longer be the werewolf and change that. But there's a lovely dynamic of changing into the werewolf in the game, and graphically this is a very sound game. That's to jump. That's to rotate. Right, so we've got jump, rotate. Okay, so that's our little man here, and he's just about, because there's a moon at the bottom there. He changes basically into the day and night through the day, and at night. I think somebody said though in the comments it was a myth that the werewolf could jump higher. He couldn't actually jump higher. It was a bit of a lie. Somebody said that he could when you were the werewolf, so you could get over certain things. So there was always the same height. I guess that would have. That thing's trying to stop me getting out of here. It's pushing me around the room. You stay there. Right, we'll go through that door. Now, I'm not a big fan of isometrics, and they were groundbreaking at the time. Without a doubt, they were groundbreaking. They were something new, something fantastic. We'd never played the likes of before. I'm gonna guess we can push this over here and move it, but I never really quite got into them. Oh, those kill you. Right, so maybe if I push it in the way of the guy who's there, we can get up to that bottle there and sort of do that. So yeah, we're trying to stop wizards, basically. Nasty, nasty wizards and doing nasty, nasty things as usual. Will that stop him? Yeah, okay, you do that. I'm going to jump up here. Can I pick that up? I've got it. Drop it in his head. Right, that's him kind of trapped. There must be a button to pick up, though. What's the pick up button? That's jump. Move out the way before he gets me. That's always jump. There must be a pick up button. Oh well, I'm just going to leave it there anyway. Whatever I've done, I've just left it there. So yeah, a little is he called Saberman? I think his name's Saberman, isn't it? I think that's the name of our little protagonist. It's stunning for its time. You needed a map. You basically need a map. You need to map out the level as you go, and you learn further things as you go along about what you meant to do or not do in it. And that is kind of the general gist of it, really. Find your way around, explore the maze. We did a lot of exploring the mazes, didn't we, back in the day? That was the big thing, wasn't it? We were always exploring mazes. I mean, if you played isometric games, was this one of your favourites? Was it one of the best on the scale of things? I always thought, and this is the annoying part because I don't know how to pick this up. No, died because I just dropped off the edge there. I always thought that there were I think if anything, the one that always thought was really, really clever was Head Over Heels, because of the fact that you had two characters in it. You had one character who was the feet, who could jump higher, and then what could he do? Pick things up, wasn't it? That was what he had. That's his special ability, was to pick things up. And then you had one guy who who could fly, which was the head, and he had little wings, so it allowed him to jump and sort of glide everywhere. But then when you got them two together, they were just like an awesome partnership of powers. So it was really quite cool. Anyway, so without messing around further, we're gonna leave this one now, because I'm to be honest with you, as much as Night Law's Night Law, I'm not a big fan of Night Law, if that makes sense. I've got it. I've got the original Ultimate one, but only because I like the Ultimate stuff. I don't collect all of it. I'm not. Well, to be fair, I don't think I found most of it to collect it. And I think it's quite expensive nowadays, isn't it? But they were one of my favourite ones. I mean, but that for me started back at Jetpack and Attic Attack, and then Underworld, and then the isometric ones I was less of a fan of. I think as a kid I stopped collecting them at that point. The tape's running. I'm going to see if there's anything on here. There we go. There's a big gap there. Huge gap. I knew it was full. Night Law? Is this going to be a tape full of Night Law? Have I done this tape before? I think we're gonna stop that one, and we're gonna fast forward it, because I don't want to do a million tons of Night Law. I get it. Somebody said actually it's about not rewinding the tape and not doing anything similar. So when you've done it, you don't have to fast forward the tape repeatedly. You basically just play again from the same point, and you can kind of go from there. But I don't know. I'm now really concerned that I've actually done this video before. I am. I'm really concerned I've done it before. I can't see it. The problem is I can't see the blooming tape on my list of tapes that I've done. I thought I might have done this one, but I can't see it. Right, okay, let's go to load dip. We'll fast forward and we'll see if there's anything else on here. Gosh, I really do need a better system, by the way, of checking tapes over or marking them off as being done, because I kind of feel like as I say, kind of feel like I've done these before. Why does Nightfall seem so it seems so like I've done it. I'm getting real deja vu here. How about you guys? Are you getting deja vu? I don't remember doing it. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward that. Press the play button. That's still Nightlaw. Yeah, so if you do multiple copies of it, it means that you don't have to rewind the tape as you go. I never thought of that, though, but other people clearly did. Is this like listening to the same song over and over again without having to rewind it? I guess it would be, wouldn't it? If you were back in your mixtape, you rewound it over and over and over and over and over and over again, you wouldn't have to do that. I'm hoping this tape isn't just full of Nightlaw, by the way. It's one gigantic tape full of Nightlaw. It wouldn't be the first time this has happened. We had Ghostbusters en masse. Oh. Ah, right, so there was loading sounds there. There isn't anything after it, so let's just do a quick... Fingers crossed. Ah, right, we've got something different. Yes! Abu Simbel from Madrid, something or other. Professional. Right, okay, cool. Don't think I've played this one before, actually. From Dynamic. It's loading the screen here nicely. I'm just, you know, I've serious feelings of deja vu on this one. I'm looking down the tapes. I'm quite convinced, because I didn't get a batch of tapes from this guy until the last season, so it's been a while. You guys are all sitting there now going, yeah, you've played this one before. I've seen this game before, I'm sure I have, and I can't remember how to play it. Turned up on something. Didn't turn up on this What's on the Tape. I hope it didn't turn up on this What's on the Tape. We threw away a couple which were terrible. This season, we got some new ones, and got some whatever else it is from the tape. Got a Spectrum tape there. I'm wildly flicking through my videos. It wasn't a couple of weeks ago, that's for certain. So maybe just the nature of the beast here. Maybe this is just the case that somebody had the same tape with the same things on it. Must be. This just must be serious coincidence. We'll roll with it, I think, is the answer to that question. We'll definitely roll with it. It's such a big tape. We can, you know, there's so much to go through here. We'll roll with this. Now, this game I've seen before. I think. Profanation. It just feels like I've done this one before. And we turned into a. I started it again, didn't I? There was a tape I started again recently. Because we had some crashes on it, didn't we? Do you know something? I just can't see it in my list, and it just feels like, as I say, feels like deja vu. We've not been here before. There was one I threw away. Do you remember that? We threw it away. We started all over again because it didn't work. I think I'm driving myself slightly insane here. Just ever so slightly insane. I think. No, I've gone nuts. I've gone nuts. I've gone nuts. I've absolutely gone nuts here. I'm definitely not played this. 20 minutes of me thinking about this. Let's just play the blooming games and get on with it. How is everybody? Are we all fine? Are we all happy? Are we having a? Are we excited for well, what will be next? December 2020. And Christmas running up to. I don't think it's going to be the best of Christmases, I'm afraid, but hopefully there'll be some Spectrum games involved for me. But as I say, 2-week break, so that means I'll be back. Let me just have a look at the. Let's look at the calendar. So I'm taking a 2-week break, so I'll be back on just to wind up for your Christmas. Actually, I'll be back. I'll be back on the 20th. Oh, look, instructions. No, I don't remember this one game now. It'll be the 20th, and then the 27th. We'll be back with season 9 of What's on the Tapes. That'll be cool. Right, okay. Kempston keyboard 4 for instructions. I guess the keyboard. There's no number 1, so I'm guessing keyboard selected. Let's press 4 for instructions, which I'm not going to be able to read. It doesn't work. 1, 3, 1. Oh, I managed to catch the keys here. Oh no, it's doing its thing. So let's press 4. Have we hung? Oh. Profanation at the bottom of the screen. Don't know what that word means, but there we go. I've unhung it. Look at that graphics, they're cool. It's not a game I've played before. I just wish it would work. I'm pressing 1 for keyboard, and it kind of hangs it. Something happens, and then it doesn't do anything. I've not played this game before. I'm probably pretty convinced I haven't, actually. Now. It looks really cool, though. I like the graphics. They're really nice, aren't they? They're really well done. We need to play this one. How do we play it? I wonder if I can put my joystick in and see if the joystick will trigger it to work. You'd think that there's something happening when I'm pressing the keyboard. Let me just get my joystick down. Hang on a second. I've got a joystick. Oh, reaching up and getting a joystick. I don't know. I don't normally put the joystick in, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping that if I put it in joystick port 1, I've got a special Sinclair converter, so basically I can use any joystick on it. So it's a little converter. Basically, they rewired the I think the ups and downs or something similar. Oh, that looks cool. No, fire button on there doesn't work. Come on. So hang on. So buttons are working, but nothing's appearing. Ah, space. Space took me back. What's 3? Come on. Or was that just fluke that space took me back? I think that was fluke that space took me back. That looks a really, really, really cool game, and I can't believe I can't get it to work. Right, we're gonna. I pressed that button there, and it hangs it, and then you unhang it with that button there. I want to start game. Oh, nothing's happening. That's really annoying. That looks really good as well. I don't like that. I don't like it when things look really good. We're definitely going to put that on. I'm gonna find the tape version of it. I'll put it at the. What I'll do is I'll put it at the end. We'll do a little bit at the end, and we'll stick that on because that looks really, 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 really good. We can't avoid that one. That's definitely worth having a look at. Right. Okay. Basic. Here we go. So load it, and we'll go with the next one. Hopefully something good. That's just a bit of a shame though that didn't work because that looked really, really, really interesting. Match. No, I've not done this one before. I don't recognise the rundown of games at this point. Okay, match. Is it cricket? Is he cricket? Might be cricket. You never know. Don't know. Moving the mouse around here on the computer. I don't know if it's cricket. Could be cricket. Could be match day though. Do you know something? I'm surprised how we've had football games, but I'm surprised how few of them have actually turned up on the match point. Oh right, okay. Yeah, I'm surprised how few of them have actually turned up on what's on the tape and in that sort of way. This is one of the ones that was Spectrum branded. It was Sinclair branded. This particular game. But as I say, I'm quite surprised how few have actually turned up in the past on what's on the tape. You'd have thought, oh damn you, that was naughty. Right, okay, let's do load it again. I'm surprised how many football games haven't turned up. I thought for a minute that was going to be I'll put load it in. Let's see if that just loads from there. I don't know how far back I've gone there. I don't think I've gone far. Just a little bit. That needs to go back a bit. That was the screen loading there. I could hear it. It's one of those episodes to finish. You know, one of those ones where everything doesn't quite work as well as it should have done and my brain's a bit frazzled. All the what's on the tapes are blurring into one. It's becoming a mission. No, it's not true. But I don't have a very good system of actually working out which ones I've played, and which ones I don't. Other than looking at the pictures on my my channel to see what they are in the playlists. Which I've got to work on that. That's not the best approach. I think I've passed it here. Tape deck's being a bit funny now again. Oh, come on. I've got Match Point actually. It's a good game. It's a good looking game actually. One of my well, to be fair, I've got quite a lot of these silver backed Sinclair games. I quite like them. Makes me feel like the old days, because I don't know about you, but it's kind of that brand loyalty. Do you remember that brand loyalty we used to have with sort of, well, you know, they still do, but they call it fanboy now, you know, but you used to have a sort of brand loyalty for the whole thing, for Spectrum stuff or whatever else is. And I used to just quite like the fact that they were Spectrum branded, you know, Sinclair branded sort of tapes. I used to quite like that. I thought that was kind of cool. It was one of my things. So I've got quite a few of those. I mean, it's like the old Checkered Flag. I mean, there's hundreds of those copies of Checkered Flag. I'm still surprised how few turn up in what's on the tape, actually, to be honest. But there's probably millions of them actually, because they weren't given away as part of the ZX Spectrum Plus pack. But it was those kind of ones. I was always quite excited by those ones, but I always felt that. I don't know about you, but I always felt there was a combination of business applications there, or you know, business programs and educational ones, and then games themselves. There was I always thought there was quite a good mix between them all. I quite enjoyed the fact that there was quite a good mix. Does Scion still exist, or are they gone now? Or Scion? I don't know. I bet they do in some weird way. They probably still exist. I think this is quite a good tennis game from reference as well. I played on when I was working. Oh damn you! Oh, because there's voice. There's voice. There's voice. There's voice. Here we go. There's voice. Listen. No. Sorry, it's a dip bit, mate. There was definitely voice, or am I after hearing things? I think I'm hearing things now. I'm going slightly mad. I think I'm going slightly mad. No. I thought there was voice there. I'm gone crazy. I could have sworn I heard something like a voice, a human voice amongst it all. The ghosts of the past are coming back to haunt me. That's what it is. The deja vu is coming back. It's probably my own voice speaking to me. Oh, it's the spooky edition of this. I should have done this for Halloween, shouldn't I? Let's see what's here then. Anyway, let's see what happens here. GT screen. What's that then? Ah, there's a doo-doo! There's a... So it finishes with the screen loading, and then it does this bit. This must be the loading screen for something else. No, it's another copy of Match. Right, okay. So I didn't rewind it there. This is that there. There's a that's what I thought was a human voice for a second there. Some sort of young child or something like that. So anyway, yeah, it's a spooky edition this week. I think this is another copy of Match again on here. Maybe the previous one didn't load. I don't know. Drive me nuts, whatever it is. So it's fine. We're going to load this one, see if it happens. I've got coffee. I'm going to drink coffee. Still haven't got that sponsorship deal. It's going to have to happen. Oh, I love coffee. Right, okay. Fingers crossed. Keep hearing. Listen. Do a bit of Ghostbusters. Listen, do you smell that? There. There. There's something there. It's not me. I'm not going nuts. There's something here. Somebody says something in the middle of it all. Oh, stop! Blooming tape. Stop! Right. Somebody says something in the middle of this all. I'm telling you now, there's some words being said and I'm not sure what they are. I think somebody's done a naughty here. They've actually recorded in the centre of this as a nasty. So we got this, and it's loading. Loads the screen. That's the screen loading. Okay, we got the load screen, and we get a silent bit here in a second. So the data gets interrupted, which is the reason why it isn't loading. And then come on, do it. It's almost there. There. Did you hear it? Somebody cuts into the data. That's the reason why that's not loading. There's somebody speaking over the top of it. I hope you heard that because it's a little bit there. I brought it up to the mic for you to listen to. It wasn't me. I wasn't going nuts. I thought I was hearing voices from it there. I definitely was hearing voices because somebody put some voices into it. So that's definitely not going to load. Do we want to see match play? I suspect we do because we've not seen much so far. So let's go for that one. I'm having one of them episodes again. As I say, I was hoping for a nice smooth ride to finish off the season, but you know that's what's on the tape for you, isn't it? It's an annoying pain in the bottom, never loads sometimes experience, and that's the thing. So let's get PlayZX up here. That without a doubt has to be on there. So it's Match Point, isn't it? Match Point. Let's get the old app open. So it's in the description below if you ever want to use it. It's very handy. Match Point. Match Point Sinclair user. There we go. There we go, Match Point, loading from the old PlayZX. So we'll load that up and we'll give that a go and see what's like. It's actually not a bad game, this one. It's not a bad version at all. Really interesting though that somebody spoke through the middle of that. Just I don't know what they said. I was very hard to hear. It was very quiet, but there was a brief recording in amongst that, which is the reason why it stopped. I hate the way this tape deck goes sometimes. I'm just fast forwarding a little bit just to get it sorted. There's the screen. Let's fast forward it to that and get to the next one for the next episode, the next bit. Fast forwarding. It's a nice loading screen, that, actually. Real effort in that one. There we go, I think. Yeah, that's us. It's ready for the next one, so the next game is queued up. We've got plenty of tape to go, I think, actually, as well, so you've got lots to watch. Lots, well, I say lots. We've got maybe 5-10 minutes worth of load still in there. Possibly on this side, then we've got the other side to look at because I know there's data on that side as well. It's a full tape. We've got a full tape, but we've even had a little bit of Ghosts of the Past breaking in there. We don't mind a bit of that. We like a bit of that. Somebody was asking on the Retrotech 100 Facebook group, which is one that I sort of frequent regularly. I'm one of the admins there. So somebody was asking about games that were, or applications and programs that were sent over the radio signals, and there turns out there's something called, is it base code, which was the name of was certainly a Dutch version of this, where they used to actually send the over radio signals, and it was kind of apparently it was a very clever way of sending the sounds, in the sense that it was more guaranteed to do it than anything else. I thought it was kind of clever, that, actually, to be honest with you. I did a little bit of research, teeny little bit of research. I kind of remember the name there, base code. But yeah, they're kind of clever, so that when they sent it over the radio. We've had that before, actually. We've even loaded them that have been recorded on What's on the Tape. They have appeared in at least one episode. I think we've had more Ghosts from the Past than we have of anything else. To be fair, we've not had many ghosts. That's the first one for a while like that, and I know that's because I'm sort of listening for things there. But for instance, if you've got one side of the tape's got something on it, and I hear that there's something on the other side, I'll most likely just load the one side of the tape and then see what we've got after that. But I love a bit of loading, don't you? There's something great about loading. Loading on a Spectrum is part of the anticipation of the whole thing. It kind of it focuses the way that you look at it, and I'll you know, that for me is it's quite nice, because it allows you to read the manual, have a little look at the covers, and if you've got the reviews in a magazine, you get the review out and have a little look at it, and the thing about that was, if you were doing this with friends round as a kid, you'd have them round, and you'd sit down together and you'd both look at the manual together, and you'd be like, "Oh, look at that!" You know what I mean? It says that every character in here is modelled off the actual tennis players, you know, and so that we can know exactly who's who, and things like that. You'd look at that kind of stuff, or the controls, and it's like, "Oh, I wouldn't like them controls, and I wouldn't like this." But you would do that, but then you would have, like, in the case of this one, this is a good long loader. This is a really long loader. This is about 4 minutes long to load. You would have that long load, and then you'd get them. You get your specky magazines out, whatever else it is, and look at other games that you might have, and I play this one later, and then you do what, you know, you'd have a little look and see what you wanted to say. I wanted to borrow that tonight if you can, you know, and you'd be like, yeah, you know, we get the old ghetto blaster going and creating some more special types like this, and that was what you used to do. It used to be more slightly more social than nowadays, if that makes sense. I think, anyway. Right, spacebar to choose, 0 key to highlight. That's a very nice interface, actually. I like that. So we'll go with it's got the Sinclair joystick enabled. It's probably because I've got the Sinclair joystick in. I do, and it's working. Wow. Let's do an exhibition. No, I wanted one player. 0 key, using the 0 key. Oh no, 0 key, and then enter when satisfied. So we'll have one player exhibition match. Enter my name. The demon. I can't spell. There we go. Computer's name. Let's call him Fred. There we go. We've played this one before, actually. Oh, that's me at the top. Look, excellent. Come on then, Fred. Fred seems to be waiting for me to do something. Come on, Fred. I paused it. What's he doing? He seems to be waiting. I'm sure I put this on a one-player game. Did I not put it on a one-player game? If I put this on a two-player game, this is going to be ridiculous. Because I've got just put one joystick in. Let's swap it to the other port and see whether or not I'm controlling Fred by mistake. Yes, I'm controlling Fred. Oh, I'm Fred. I must have got it in the wrong joystick port. Have I got it in the wrong port? Oh, I don't understand that. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Isn't that great? I thought I must have been... I don't know how that worked then, because that's Sinclair port 2, that. Oh. There we go. Net. Little ball boy running over. It's really good, isn't it? Oh. I was hoping to get that there. Out. Oh. I wasn't watching the shadow realistically. It's very good for what it is. There we go. Hit that back. Need to whack that straight down. Can I do that? Oh no, he's got it. Game Fred. There we go. Hit that back. Hit that straight at Fred. Oh no, Fred scores. It's good, this one. It's not a bad tennis game actually for what it is. There we go. I got a point. No sound effects, but to be fair, it's pretty impressive little game actually. Recommend, definitely. Good movement for the age of the game. It's got good movement. I mean, it brings me in mind of Mario Tennis and things like that, which obviously is a bit wild in its sort of thing, but it's pretty good actually. Need to serve. There we go. Hit that back. Yes. There we go. Hit that back. Oh, missed it. No, that's not bad at all. Never thought I'd be actually sitting and enjoying this one. Okay. Yeah. Bit of tennis. Is it Sonic Tennis? I think there's Sonic Tennis, isn't there? Sonic Tennis isn't bad either, actually. That came out on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It was quite good, actually. I'm going blind, though. I'm looking at it and I'm like going colour, sort of bright luminescent green blind. Those are the days. Green screen monitors. Were you old enough to remember those? Green screen monitors. Right, let's carry on. Let's see what else we've got on this thing. We've got other things to do. I didn't realise it was on the other joystick though. That completely confused me. That stumped me for a second there. I was like, why am I standing here doing nothing and Fred was moving around at the top? That's cool. Right, okay, so we should be ready for the next one. The next game should be queued up now, so we're ready to go. So down all load it and we'll give that a blast. Okay. Playing your childhood here, you know, all the things we used to have on those special compilation tapes. I don't think I did. I did a few compilation tapes, but not very often. That's just data. I think that's just data. There was a bit of a blank there, and there's a space. Well, we'll see. I think this is just data now, actually, thinking about it. Can you hear it? Yeah, something overwritten there. Let's see if there's anything else. We'll give it a blast and see if there's anything else. Are there any modern versions of tape cassettes, by the way, that you can use for this? Anybody got a modern one that they use? I'm just thinking because I'm mashing this one I've currently got. Right, that's not sounding good. Towards the end of the tape here. I'm mashing this one to death, this poor bugger. It's kind of getting a bit... It's long in the tooth, unfortunately, like a lot of them. They kind of need service, don't they? That's the thing. And need somebody who could service them. That's not... Let's see if I put that into the tape deck, whether that gets that, because I can hear it, but I can't see anything happening with it. So we'll try it straight from the old usual tape deck, and we'll see whether or not that actually loads from there. We'll give that a try. No, it's not having it, is it? Lot of historic noise. It's almost like music, that. Yeah, it's not having it, that one. We'll fast forward a bit and see if there's anything else. We'll see if we can get anything else. I do like the look of that. Was it Profanation or whatever it is? Pronation? That looked really good, actually. It seemed like it had loaded, but I don't think it had properly. I think we'll get this is whatever's on this tape here is finished on this side anyway. Oh, we're doing well. We've done all right. We've got at least one game loaded. We had Night Law. Okay, so we're on the last section, the smidgen of tape that we've got left. A smidgen of tape. Teeniest little bit. Sounds very quiet, which probably means it's never been recorded on. Yeah, I think we're finished on this side. A smidge of tape. No, there's nothing else there. That's definitely finished. Right, let's go. Flip this over. Let's rewind it, and let's see what we've got on side B. On side B of the tape. It always amazes me how well some of these have been preserved. They get worse with age, obviously, but you know, that's quite surprised how well these are preserved. I'm glad there's people out there actually physically preserving them intentionally. Fist. Oh, Way of the Exploding Fist? Oh, if it's Way of the Exploding Fist, I'm going to be absolutely delighted. I'm on a little bit of a mission to I like Way of the Exploding Fist. I like Way of the Exploding Fist a lot. I think I'm going to try and play it in a lot of systems. I've picked up recently. I got a Acon Electron from my good friend. Andre Russell, lovely fella. You'll know Andre. If you're in the community, you'll know Andre. He's a really nice guy. Anyway, he sent me an Acon Electron. Sadly, I think that the ULA needs a little bit of work, but that's okay. So I picked up another one because that's what I'm like, and I'm going to send the other one for repair. But hey, I've got that, and I actually have done some of my early videos for the whole thing. I've actually got some of these to be done, and I look that for me, that's an iconic screenshot, because the loading screen for this on Exploding Fist, and I say I want to play Exploding Fist on Electron as well, because I put it on the other day, and I'm going to try and do some videos on that day. But that's the point. You know, Way of the Exploding Fist. It's just I know that I think it depends which first karate game you saw, but for me, Way of the Exploding Fist is the first one I saw, and I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was wild that it had, was it 9 keys? It has 9 keys, that's right. There are 9 keys that you can use around it. They're all the keys, all the letters wrapped around the letter S, and then the number 1 is you change the button to produce another set of fighting moves, so you can actually do 16 different fighting moves from that combination. Kind of clever for the time, especially around one button. I mean, nowadays what you find is, if you go for your sort of Street Fighters, if you think about this, Street Fighter 2s kind of define the fact that you can have 6 keys, I mean, you know, depending on directions and movements of the joystick, depending on what they perform, but you had 6 keys, you know, a low punch, a medium punch, and a high punch, or strength-wise, and the same for the kicks. You know, low strength, medium strength, and high strength kicks. And those buttons kind of are now the definition of how beat 'em up used to work. But once upon a time, we only had one fire button. So when you had a joystick, how did you produce multiple moves? Well, you produced multiple moves with the really simplest of simple approaches. You basically gave you a large combination of keys that wrapped around this, instead of the directions, the angles, so the top left, top right, up, down, whatever else is, were certain moves. And then when you applied the fire button, that then changed that up at the corner to a headbutt or a punch or a sweep of the legs, and that's how we got round it. And it worked really, really well. And to be fair, they kind of, if you think to the Commodore Amiga and Atari ST stage, where they still had one button because they were based on the original Atari-style joystick, which was basically, the up, down, left, right, and 8-directional and a fire button. They were still based on that, so obviously it was difficult for them to do fighting games. Well, they missed a trick. They could have still gone with that format. I mean, I remember Team 17 did Body Blows, didn't they? And I quite like Body Blows. I don't think a lot of people did, but I didn't mind Body Blows. But the problem with Body Blows is I don't think that it was difficult. Whereas this kind of game, like Way of the Exploding Fist, is kind of almost set up for it. It's almost the patience of a fighting game. Bushido Blade is one of my favourite sort of combat-based fighting games. Came out on the PlayStation 1. I don't know if it came out on anything else, but it came out on PlayStation 1. And one of my favourite things about that is it was a large play area, and a single blow or a single glancing blow would finish the match. You would die. If you got hit by a katana across the midriff, you're going to die. That's it. It's all over. It's one hit kill, basically. And it's a rather, I mean, this, and Way of the Exploding Fist has that same sort of feel. It's a one-hit kill. The move that you make produces a result. You hit, you win. It's the way you score within karate anyway. Hit, you win. You block, it's okay. And the same with that Bushido Blade. That was a similar sort of thing. One hit was the general thing. There was an occasion where you could cut a leg, for instance, and that leg would sweep the, would still allow you to sort of hobble along. But for the most part, sweep the leg all over. So, without further ado, we're going to play because it's one of my faves. So, let's see if we can get him in the face. Oh, he's got me in the leg. Swept the leg. Move forward, and I can sweep your leg. Oh, he's got me again. I'm rubbish today. But the graphics are great, and the movement's good. Yeah, got you in the tummy. That'll teach you. Got you in the leg. So you're basically filling up those things at the top there, the little yin and yang signs. Oh, he's got me. That's it. It's all over. Until you win or lose, and then your ability gets tougher and tougher as you go. So you become more and more sort of, single black belt, and all the way up to whatever it is, Dans. I think they are, aren't they? That they go to. But look at the graphics on the Spectrum. Look at that background. Look at that. It's amazing. It's really, really beautiful. It's a stunning, stunning thing. It really disappointed me when I played the Amstrad version that they actually only have one stage, which is really kind of sad. Oh, missed him. I should have kicked him there. I'm one hit away from winning this. Yeah, I got you in the stomach. But yeah, they only have the one stage, whereas in the Spectrum, if you beat two people on one stage, it goes to a second stage, which is really quite nice. There you go, down you go. That was a good one. Good score there. Oh. Oh, I've won anyway by time. Ran out of time. Sorry, I was busy concentrating there. I love this game. It's one of my faves. I think I've become over time. I've been collecting fighting games. I really like fighting games. I think they're really good. I think the early stage of fighting games before they started getting into microtransactions and other rubbish. That really is they really are good. Sorry, my hand's all twisted up around this set of controls. There we go. Take the sweep the leg. I swept the leg. Kicked in the face. Beautiful. Let's see if we can finish this guy off. There's a way to block. Tried a roundhouse on him there, but I'm not down yet. I thought I was down for a minute there. That's a big one. Oh yeah, give him the roundhouse. Big move. In the tummy, and I've got him. I think I'm on the next stage. It just loops, and it just scores, and it's just really good, and it's really excellent to play. I always wax lyrical about Way of the Exploding Fist, but it is actually a damn good game. It really is brilliant. I mean, it was something it was a show-off game for the specky, from my point of view. Melbourne House, who created it, did a fantastic job with it. I think it got, did it? There was a karate chap who put his name to it, wasn't there as well? I can't remember his name. But he put his name to it as well, saying it was really good. And to be fair, I think they were right. I think it is a damn good game. Nice one. That's it. I've lost. But I tell you what, you got to see. I think that's all the stages. But it's really good. I used to love playing this with friends. They'd be on the other side of the keyboard. I'd be on one side of the keyboard. And we'd actually give it a good sort of. It was real good stuff, because it's like one hit kill effectively. That's that one hit and you've won, and it's really good, and it adds a level of strategy to it that you might not have with other games. It's really good. Right, on we go. Just realised the sun's gone down. It's gone really dark all of a sudden. It was quite nice earlier when I recorded the intro for this. Now it's really dark. Hopefully, this is something good next. Fingers crossed. Oh, Dam Busters! Dam Busters, isn't it? I think so. I hope so. This one might be hard to play though. It depends on what kind of variation of Dam Busters, because I think there's a lot of Dam Busters out there. Some are Flight Simulator, and there's some other ones. But no, I've definitely not played this tape, by the way, after all that time. After 20 minutes of thinking about it and going, have I played this, have I not? I think it's because we played Night Law so early. It felt like we'd done it before, but we haven't done this tape, so. This could be. I think I've got this version somewhere of Dam Busters. I think US Gold's version. I don't know what version this is actually. This could be a version I like, a version I didn't. What lake was it in the Lake District? And I should know this, that they tested the bomb, the bouncing bomb, because this was a special bomb. They needed to blow up this dam. I'm guessing, was it in Germany? I'm guessing so. And they needed a special kind of bomb that basically skipped across the surface of the water. So they skipped across the surface of the water and then hit the dam and blew it to pieces. I guess there must have been a timer element involved in that as well. That must have been really difficult to do. I mean, you've got in an old style plane with sort of mechanical gauges and sort of mechanical that must have been really, really difficult to do actually. Sort of making that calculation of when to drop the bomb and what timing, and based on airspeed and wind and all the other stuff. Wow, we're so lucky nowadays with all of these computerized stuff. Even a Spectrum back then would have been probably blown away what they would have been able to do technologically with something like that. Not sure if anybody would have been able to fit a Spectrum in a plane with a TV screen. Imagine that though, a little Spectrum running it. Do you know some of that? A thought flickered through my mind there, because you know that for instance, the Russians are very mechanical when they came to their MiG planes. They were very mechanical and still were even after post sort of computerization, whereas the Americans and a lot of other people changed to more electronic things. And they obviously the Russians kept with electronic with non-electronical things, a mechanical flight in case. Because you get a flash when a nuclear bomb is dropped, and this is a possibility back then. You get a flash when there's and it causes what's known as an EMP pulse, and this pulse wipes out electronics. And they felt that was that if you kept it mechanical in a plane, then once you dropped the bomb, you kind of wouldn't ground the plane; it would still fly. I don't know how true that is, but I was always told that was the reason why they were mechanical or stuck with mechanical stuff. But the Russians were also keen on. Whoa, that's interesting. That's loaded, but do whatever else is. Tally ho, yes. Tally ho. Okay, skill. Keys are. Is that L.A. L.A. What's that? I don't get that. Left to right is O and whatever else. Can I redefine the keys? Is there an option to redefine the keys? Right. Okay, let's do I for instructions. I've not played this before. In the game Dam Busters, you take on the role of the flight crew of the Lancaster bomber of the Elite RAF 16... I don't know what's that. I meant to be a number. 76L Squadron, taking part in the Operation Chastity? The aim of the operation is to destroy 3 German dams in the Rug. I can't... You know, the text on this is horrible. Disrupting German industry. The object of the game is to destroy one of the dams and... Right, okay, I knew that was the case. Readout mode, less skill level, choices. This is going to be interesting. A to practice mode to allow you to practice bombing the dam. Okay. Oh right, okay. So there's buttons to push. Q is pilot. W is front gunner. This is going to be a big one. This one's going to be really annoying. There's lots of buttons here to press. Well, I'll do my best. You know I will. I'll try and do my best here. Well, let's. Should we practice bombing? Let's try that. What's the button to practice bombing? Readout mode. We'll just press start. Sign on commander, demon. That worked well. Oh, what's on the tape? I can hear data still loading when we stop the tape, though. That explains a lot. I'm getting a coffee refill. And she's just laughed because I hadn't finished the other one, which was a surprise for me. But I've got a coffee refill. We got hot coffee again. Oh, that was a disaster, wasn't it? Got to play one of my favourites, so we've got to play Way of the Exploding Fist. I want to try that other game, that other game that we saw there, though. We're going to get that one. We're going to get that on, definitely. I wonder if it's on here. I'm going to have a look on PlayZX while this is looking for what the heck's going on with this load? Ah, yeah, I've got it. I've got it on PlayZX anyway, the other one. That's still loading. So did I miss something there with that Dam Busters? Yeah, well, doesn't matter. Yep. We'll see what else is on the end of here. I'm not going to worry about redoing Dam Busters though, because it doesn't look that... It looked like it was going to be really complex. No, that's not very good. Let's put that on the other tape drive and we'll see if we can get it to work from there. Give it a try from another tape drive. Because you can turn the volume up a little bit louder on the other tape drive, you see, that's the thing. So push the button. Push the play button. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed. Glass. No idea. Excellent. Oh, we've got some things that are new. We like new. I'm gonna try and so you know what? I'm not even gonna cut the end of this. I'm gonna put that thing in because I found that what's it called? Abu symbol profanation. I found that on PlayZX, so we're gonna stick that in afterwards because it's quite a quick load, and we might as well just give it a go while we're at it. We'll just do it as a oneer. This one, we'll do it as a oneer. We'll try the pleasure of doing that one. It looks really good anyway, to be honest with you. Okay, glass. What's glass? Paul Hargreaves glass. 1985. No idea. Don't think I've ever played Glass. There's like little aliens down there above the time thing as well, isn't there? It's like little strange alien creatures on the top of there. I don't think we've ever had Dam Busters, you know, on an episode before. That's the first time we've had that. I don't know. The glass just Quicksilver glass. Not sure. I like the use of colours though. I think that I love it when people just ignore the colour clash. Well, not ignore it, but actually manage it. So you get some lovely things here. So he's managed the colours. Obviously, he probably wanted to. You know, if you look in the dead centre here, where you've got a little sort of like glass screen that's there. And left and right of that, there's these red and yellow sort of sections that are inlaid there, which he obviously wanted to colour that way to make it more interesting. And it basically, though, he'd probably wanted a black line between the white line, the red line, and the yellow line that's there. He'd have probably wanted that. In fact, he probably would have liked to have run the blue line upwards through there, but couldn't because of the limitations of the spectrum. But he went with the flow. He managed the size of those blocks so that they fitted correctly, so they looked nice and neat. And you know what? It's clever. It really is. It looks really nice. I love it when people go, yeah, okay, I'm going to go with this. We've got you know, there are limitations to the Spectrum's palette or a way it does things because it uses text as rather than, you know, text characters 8 by 8 squares to do it. And I just love it when they do that. I love it when they just go, to hell with it. You know, we can't fix it. Let's just live with it. Let's run with it. And it's a lovely thing. That it's a really nice thing actually. It's and we appreciated that back in the day. I certainly did as a Spectrum user. And to be fair, as a Spectrum user, I didn't know anything else either. I as I say, I rarely had friends with anything else. I had a friend with an Amstrad CPC, which was the green screen. So, and unfortunately, that just doesn't show off the Amstrad CPC. The Amstrad CPC is a beautiful machine, but it didn't show it off. So I couldn't see how well it handled colours and all the other stuff. So we were always like, it's green screen. You know, it wasn't very exciting in that sense. But you know, I had a Spectrum. To be fair, though, as a kid, my Spectrum used to be. I don't know if anybody else had this because we've got to remember we had a television in the house when we got a Spectrum. That was it, one television, and it was in the front room. And first it was black and white, and we used to use it on black and white. So we used to make an imagination. So the first time I saw Hungry Horace, for instance, was in black and white. It wasn't in colour. Hungry Horace was in black and white. And then we got a colour TV after we replaced it because Channel 4 came out and we replaced it. And the hilarious part about that was Channel 4 had loads of black and white programmes like the Munsters on it and things like that. So still black and white. But we replaced it, and I used to use the telly on there, but I only had allotted time that I was allowed to use it. I used to be allowed to I used to be allowed to play it for a little bit of time every day, about an hour, you know, between 4 and 5 was allowed sort of time, you know, that sort of, or 5 and 6, I can't remember what it is, between dinner time, I think it's maybe 5 and 6 actually, be able to use it then, play the Spectrum, and then obviously you move into your bedrooms and whatever else is. But when I moved into my bedroom finally, I actually had a black and white telly. That was what I had. A lot of my friends had a black and white telly, so we used to have to imagine what colours were there. And then finally, obviously, I got a colour telly, a little portable, 14-inch colour TV in my bedroom finally to replace it with. And then I had colour. But the thing is, you just get on with it, don't you? You realise it's fine, and it doesn't matter. But those people who did bother to colour their games was marvellous. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm always rambling. That's why you come here. Anyway, coffee, new fresh coffee first. Do I dare press the Sinclair button because I've got a Sinclair joystick connected, or will I break it? I'm going to play start on the keyboard. We're going to go for the keyboard, and let's hope it's there. Leaving base now. Ooh, loving that. Ooh. Okay, how do I do? I'm left and right. I'm going left and right. What's fire? It's M fire. Yeah, M's fire. I'm going forward. Got to shoot that alien. Yes! QAOP and M is the fire buttons. Killed that alien. Got a shoot button for my alien. I've got nukes as well. I don't know how you use nukes. Yes! I think I've done it. I'm flying to the next point, I'm guessing. Got whizzing through the air here at speed. This is weird, isn't it? Glass. I don't know which way I'm meant to be going, but I'm certainly... I think I just got to survive until the time runs out without crashing into too many of these things. I still love the dashboard down the bottom. I think it's really cool. It's like little frog aliens down the bottom there, if you ask me. So I just need to survive until the time's done without crashing into too many of these. I've got no control over the speed, but I can move left and right. And I can't fire anymore, so I just need to survive until the time runs out. A little bit of damage to my shield. Time's almost out. It's chucking them at me everywhere. Yep, we're warped to the next location. This is a strange game. I've definitely not played this one before. Like a Space Invader. Yeah, it's a proper Space Invader. Beep, 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 beep. Take that, Space Invader. It's like a big version of a Space Invader. He's got him. So I just need to survive time-wise. This is really weird. It's just a time survival game by the looks of things. We can shoot these things, but surviving time-wise seems to be the answer to the question. Yep, got it. So the time's nearly there. Alert, there's one coming. Another Space Invader. Yep, we made it. This is weird. I like it. Not a game I've played before. Oh, look at these cool guys. Oh, got him. If I'm not looking at it, does it hurt my shield? No, it doesn't. So you basically got to avoid looking at them when they're shooting that stuff at you. But I suppose I could just avoid dealing with them entirely. Ah, I can't avoid them that long. I'm about to lose my shield. Oh, I've lost life, have I? Where one of my little orbs has gone down there in the bottom left corner. Just above next to the little frog creature with his red jacket on. Just got to survive time-wise. Yeah, we've done it. It's such a weird game, this. I love it. I love the weird and wonderful. Weird and wonderful's good. Oh, we're back to the crazy zipping along level. Oh, God, shield. Just got to survive the time here. This is quite an interesting game. The best thing about what's on the tape is when we get the stuff that we've never seen before. The one that I really liked the look of is apparently there was one that was about mines. That was a Spanish game, and it turns out it's called Mine Out on by Quicksilver, which is cool. And the other game that I liked recently that we saw was Slap Dab, and that looked really good. Which is about painting, basically. And it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Slap Dab was a good game. Nice empty space. Go for the empty spaces. Go for the empty spaces. There we go. We're jumping to the next section. I don't know how to use the nukes, though. I haven't fired a nuke yet. Oh, more Space Invaders. Get away. And he's back. Getting them quite quickly, actually. I think it's called glass because the bottom bit of it's is like a mirror image of the other stuff. I like it, though. Just so weird. Look at the score at the top of the screen, though. I've just realised how massive that score is. Clearly, they were expecting you to play this for, like, ever. Look at that. Just gigantic. I've got 8,710, and that's got how many other numbers on it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more numbers on top of it. We're talking billions of points. Oh! Shooting the things off the top of it now. This is a totally new level. We shoot these things off it. I'm shooting them with the laser. What is going on? This is just so freaky. Brilliant. Shoot these. You shoot the bits on the bottom off it. You don't shoot the top stuff. You shoot the bottom stuff. Aerials off the top. Shield is running low. Why is my shield running low? Because I didn't get everything. Wow. The levels on this just so strange. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. Uh-oh. It's like a tank coming over the horizon. That is so cool. Oh, the guns popping up from the horizon. That is brilliant. I'm going left and right here, but there's nothing going on. The reason why these arrows down the bottom show which direction you're coming and going is because if you didn't show where you were going, coming and going, you wouldn't actually know you were moving against the flat surface, because there's no way to see what's going on. Do you know how that would have been? Oh, blown up. Would have been easily solved with some little dots. If you put some dots into that, the end. You have failed to attain the standard expected by the fleet member, with your ability of substantially. A substantial occupation would be Earth politician. There we go. So I'm going to be Earth politician. That's cool. I really like that. That was so weird, but so brilliant at the same time. Right. Okay. Let's go for it. Let's see what else we got on this tape. We're getting through it. It's a decent sized what's on the tape this week. Definitely a decent sized what's on the tape. We've got a good one. We've had some good ones actually load here. I'm as I say, I'm not going back to Dam Busters. I'm really not. Night. Oh, what's this? Nightshade. Ah, right. Okay, this is another Ultimate Play the Game. I don't even know if I've ever played Nightshade. Can I admit that? I don't even know what it is. I don't even know the plot. No, I don't think I've ever played it. Isn't that bad? Is this a sequel to anything? Is this a sequel to Nightlaw? Because it's night something or other? Well, it's not night though, is it? Because it's Nightshade. Is this, I'm guessing witches and warlocks here if it's Nightshade. I don't think it's even come up on my channel before. I think this. I no idea. Absolutely none. I'm just speculating here. The thing about it is, like usual, it'll probably be a quality isometric. I know it's an isometric. I'm sure it's an isometric. I might be wrong. But I'm sure it's a quality isometric. I'm not entirely sure what the story is, the plot, anything on this one. This is a brand new one for me. I know there's a whole bunch of these things. There's a few that I haven't seen. There's a Star one, isn't there? There's a Starliner one. Is it called? Oh, it's got like space-style boats. I always loved the graphics on it. They had... one thing I've got to say about Ultimate is they had that 70s aesthetic in the 80s and 90s, if that makes sense. The way that their art was drawn was that with those beautiful sort of 70s style cartoons. The effort was there, the graphics were there. They're not the more modern sort of styling. They always had that sort of lovely styling of it, or I felt so anyway. And they weren't afraid of colour. Colour was a good thing. So Nightshade, no idea, never played it. I'm excited though. I'm excited to play this one. This is a new one on me. I've had 2 beverages, by the way, through this thing. It's not totally uncommon. But I'm going to have my 2 weeks break, which I usually do. So it's usually 10 episodes to a season. But because of the lockdown, I've extended it on a couple of occasions. We had 15 What's on the Tapes back in March and April. back then. We had 15 episodes as a result of the lockdown. We went the whole hog and just kept going. And this time round it's only the 2, so because we're out next week apparently. So it's all, well, it's not all over, but it's whatever it is. Let's not depress ourselves with that at the moment. Let's just enjoy some specky noises. That's the thing. So. But 2 weeks off, during which time I'll be recording some other stuff. Basically, the time that I would usually take to do this, I'll be recording sort of those shorter episodes that you get, the little review ones that I do, which I kind of build a little batch of them together. There's sort of Spectrum ones, and I'll have some Electron ones, and some Amstrad CPC, and some Commodore 64. All of those things will be recorded during that time. I did enjoy doing the Silent Hill 2 run as well, but that's one of the things I kind of need to push on with, in the sense of I did them daily, and they sometimes they were a bit of a strain to do them daily, because I was doing them, editing them, putting them on, posting them, and they were like a day behind that you got them, but they were hard work to do like that. I think if I did that in the future, I'd probably pre-record for a few weeks, if that makes sense, and sort of do them in the evening and go through a whole game or something similar. But there's some games I want to go through. I'd like to do. It's been recommended that I do Resident Evil 4, a game I've not played. I played 1, never finished it. Resident Evil 2, played and probably got the bad ending for it. Resident Evil 3, played. Don't remember getting the bad ending for it, but I played that one as well. These are back on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 1 sort of Saturn time rather than the modern remakes, which are actually fantastic. They're absolutely brilliant. I mean, they've made a beautiful job of it. Once they did Biohazard, which was the 7, wasn't it? Resident Evil 7, which was stuck in a little house, and it's terrifying. I can't play it. It's like usual. There's loading again there. It's terrifying. I can't play it, but it's good. Right, okay. I'm gonna press 5 for directional controls. I have no idea. I've started the game. Oh no, I have played this. I've played this on. What have I played this on? Oh, that's changing the map direction. I've been poisoned, I think. I've played this on... No, I haven't. Yes, I have. Oh, I don't know. I've played this, I think, on the Amstrad CPC. And once I get outside, I'm going to show you how beautiful the world is, because the world map is really beautiful. Oh, that's right. You got to get the things. So look at this. Look at these. It's really nice. Buildings are really nice. I think you're hunting ghosts. I think that's what the aim of the game is. You're kind of hunting ghosts. We're poisoned again, by the way. I'm poisoned by that now. If I go in there, though, I can get some firepower, I think. There we go. Got there the little germ things. There's little germ things that appear. Those are your firepower. Look, these are your guns. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can stop that. I think I shot him, or did I just die? No, I think he got me. I don't know what I don't know much about this game. I'm not sure. Did you play it before? Have you played it? Do you know what it's about? I don't know what it's about. Oh, I got some of these now. I don't know what they do. Yeah, I'm choosing the wrong controls, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this. I know you've got to chase down those like Grim Reapers and things like that are on the bottom there. Are you a mage? Are you I don't know. There's some creatures anyway. See the creatures at the bottom next to the word north. You've got like these people. I think you've got to hunt them down. As I say, not one of my favourite, if I'm honest. No, definitely not one of my favourite. At least it loaded. Yeah, I have played it, but I still don't know what the blooming point of it was. I never knew what it was in the other one. Ah, there we go. Is that... No, he's just infected me. Can I shoot with that thing? Yeah, I can shoot it. Shot that thing as well. Not sure what to do with it, to be honest. Seems to run okay, though. Speedy booties. Don't know. I'm concentrating, trying to turn around here and make me through it, but I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Speedy shoe things. I don't even know how you track down the bad guys realistically. I think that's one of the things you're meant to be doing. Is like they're collectibles. I knew they were. I'm just running around like a lunatic, trying to find the guy that they're meant to be finding. It's more fluke than good luck from my point of view. Yeah, again, I think it would be mappable. It just doesn't. Definitely doesn't float my boat. This one. No, does not float my boat. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there because, do you know what? I think you're probably as bored as I am at this point, so let's carry on. Did you play Nightshade? Was it one of those games that you fancied back in the day? I doubt it somehow. I don't. Maybe some people would like it. I don't think it's got the character, say, as some of the other isometrics. I think that's the thing. I think there's a real character involved in certain isometric games, and I don't think that has that character. I'll give that a better chance to load this time round. Right. Gonna put it in the tape drive. It's driving me nuts in that other one. Let's pop it in here and pop it back in the tape drive. Let's do that. We've got a little bit to go on here, not much. We've got maybe 10 minutes, and then we've got to try that game again if we can. See if that works. Oh, that wasn't very good. That doesn't look right. Let's try it again, see if it loads. That's better. No, it's not having that. Let's try it again back in the other tape drive and let's give it a little. Give that a quick rewound there. Let's pop it in the other tape drive and give it another try from there. We'll see whether that works. We'll give it a try. So, but yeah, we haven't got much to go on there. But we're gonna give that other one a go. We're gonna give that other tape a go. We're just doing a wanna. We'll do it a wanna. We won't even try and load it for something else. We're just gonna go for it. Oh, bites 2. I think that's just the end of that tape, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've rewound too far. Doesn't seem to be anything loading there. There was a funny noise there of loading data. Ah, Bruno. Frank Bruno, maybe. Don't know. Frank Bruno. Oh, if it's Frank Bruno, we've got absolutely no chance of getting it to work. It never, ever, 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 ever works. I have about 4 copies of it, and it doesn't work. You can't never load it if it's Frank Bruno's boxing. Frank Bruno's boxing is kind of like, is it Punch-Out, which was the game on the NES? I think it was, wasn't it? Punch-Out. It's kind of the Spectrum's version of that, and it's actually a really good game, but unless you've got a 48k Spectrum, it just never loads. It just never works. It just doesn't want to work on anything. I don't even think it works on the grey production line version of the Spectrum game, because it just doesn't. If this loads, I'll be utterly amazed. It just doesn't work, and it's Frank Bruno, British boxer, still around, I believe. Yeah. very sort of remembered for saying the Harry line, because it was Harry the guy who used to interview him. Harry, that one, yeah. But anyway, I mean, he was a good boxer in his time, a heavyweight boxer, very good boxer. I reckon he could still take most of us in a fight. Probably all of us, to be honest. but he was a very good boxer, and as a very good heavyweight boxer. And this is a kind of variation of sort of the boxing games that were out there. Now, looking at the tape remaining, this is what's left on this tape. There's nothing else on here. There's just Frank Bruno's boxing, because it's a very long tape, because every boxer is a load for it, and I'm sure that there's some crazy boxers in there, basically some like sort of hillbilly fat giant haystacks type boxes and other things, and I remember quite enjoying it back in the day. And do you know something though? One of the funny things about it is I forgot it was a multi-loader. It wasn't. I guess I just blanked that out of my mind, because I guess the multi-load element was enough that I was happy with it. I kind of enjoyed it. Just one of those things, but yes. So a good boxing game, very good boxing game, if you can ever get it to load, and that's the big problem. Nobody can get it to load. Nobody ever can get it to load. I think you can probably get it to load if you use. I don't think it looks like some Div MMC, because have I tried it? No, I haven't tried it. I'll lie. I haven't tried it on Div MMC, which is basically the SD card style reader loader for the Spectrum. It's a brilliant way of doing it. It's excellent. It brings new life to systems that otherwise would. Well, to be fair, it's amazing that we're still playing them now. I mean, I adore my Spectrum. It's a wonderful thing. I love getting it out and to do these videos and just doing that, or giving it out and just playing on it. I would sometimes just sit and put games on and just play, without actually recording them. Wow, how amazing is that? I do with quite a lot of games, actually. I've really got back into gaming as a way to relax and do things. So yeah, I'm quite pleased about that as a thing, as a sort of side thing. To be fair, I was enjoying it before I was recording it. So what was I talking about? I'm completely lost my train of thought there. It's Frank Bruno's. Yeah, I really enjoyed Frank Bruno's. So I used to watch his fights. Did he fight Mike Tyson as well? Can't remember. Because I think Mike Tyson's gone back to the ring, hasn't he, recently? That'll be interesting. So's Rocky Balboa. I'm kidding. To be fair, though, I quite like that. Was it the last? Maybe not the. Was it called Balboa, which was like the newest Rocky movie? I quite enjoyed that, because where they sort of said, everything about you is broken and all you can do is hit hard when they went back to the ring. I mean, it was silly. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still silly. I mean, a 20-year-old boxer, heavyweight boxer versus a man of, age, it was a bit silly. But it was fine. It was a fine movie. Quite enjoyed that one. Well, obviously we all liked Rocky, the first one. I think most people liked Rocky, to be honest. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. You watch Frank Bruno, Lawton. Look at those lovely lines. Look, keep your eye on those. Stay there. I'm watching. Oh, coffee is brilliant, isn't it? I love a good cup of coffee. Right. Yeah. Is that beeping already? There's a funny noise going on there. Yeah, that is completely crashed already. It hasn't even started by doing anything other than crashing, which is completely normal for Frank Bruno's. I'm going to look at the amount of tape left, and I'm going to tell you now that there's going to be nothing else there. Yeah, there is a minuscule amount of tape left. It is going to be all the loads for all of the characters. So I'm gonna stop with that right now. We're gonna try and load that game. I know I loaded it, but it was what it was. It was the game that did the kind of usual thing. So right. I don't know why I'm fast forwarding it. I need to get the other one. Let's stop making silly noises. Poor Specky. Look at that. Poor Frank Bruno's broke it. making funny noises. Like it's loading, and it's not even loading. There's no tape in there at all. Right, okay, let's do load it on this this game. Or should we do a loader? I wonder if it's... how old is the game? Let's see whether out this game. This is this profanation thing. 1985. It's a bit before 128k. So let's just do a load on this, just a normal load, and fingers crossed this works fine. I'm looking forward to this one actually. It looked really good from the menus there. I'm sure it's popped up before on things, or I might have seen it somewhere else. It might have popped up before on this, but it just looks really good. So we're going to give it a go. Dynamic for me created some really interesting games. One of the ones that I really remember, and I can't remember how to play it though, which is even worse because I think I played it on a What's on the Tape, was Dustin, which came with your Sinclair from memory. And Dustin was really good. I really enjoyed Dustin. It was you're a prisoner trapped in. I love it when they change the colours. I've told you before. Love it. That's a good colour as well. I like that green and black. That's really nice. Anyway. You're a prisoner in that, and the graphics are really nice, and it looks. The animation is fantastic. I can't remember what you're meant to be doing. I think you're meant to be breaking out of prison, and I'm sure there's instructions somewhere in one of the old magazines. But really, really good. I really enjoyed that. So worth investing the time in and playing it, to be honest with you. But I just didn't get around to it. It wasn't really good when I played it on the channel, but it's there. If you want to see it, it's on the channel. Have a little look and see. Have a little look at Dustin. It's one that I did enjoy back in the day. I'm going to have to start doing something with these. I'm thinking. I've got these little red dots. You know, these sort of like these sticky red dots you got? I'm going to put a red dot on each one of these tapes that I've done. That way I know which ones I've done. There we go. Little red dot. I don't know what to do with them all, though. You know, here's a thought for you guys while I'm talking to you. What do I do with them all? So I've got a box now of tapes. Do I just set and wipe them or something similar? Do I just wipe these tapes, or do I pass them on to somebody else, or what? What do I do with them all now that I've kind of, once I've used them and played them? I mean, there's over 80 tapes now that I've actually played, which is a lot of tapes. Some, I have to admit, I have binned because they just didn't load, and we know that, and they just didn't load, and they weren't functional, and they were in bad shape. So I have binned a few, so there's probably still 60 tapes, say. Yeah, I chucked out 20 of them. But what do I do with all these tapes at this point? I know I've collected them all. What do I do with them all? Do I raffle them off at the end of What's on the Tape or something similar? At the end of each season, we raffle off all the tapes that are there. Anybody can have them who wants them to try the things that may or may not have loaded on them. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's an odd one, isn't it? Sometimes there's sentimental value attached to these things as well. You know, some of these tapes are. I have had tapes in the past. I did one for a chap called Cy Owen. I did a tape for him, and had sentimental value. It was his dad's. I did the tape, and I returned the tape to him after I'd finished doing the What's on the Tape. It's one of the early episodes. So, good stuff. Nice. I love that. That's really nice. And to be fair, I've got no problem doing that if people send tapes. I want them back afterwards. You know, that's fine. I'm happy to do an episode on it and, you know, do the tapes in that kind of context. I don't know. It's just a weird one, isn't it? It's a weird scenario. I you know, there's a lot of these things I collected. I don't know. You know, some of them I know people definitely don't want them back, so that's absolutely fine. But like I say, some people might want them back. Some people, and I hate throwing away things that they don't. I mean, as the lovely Andre Russell says, they don't make these things anymore. So you know, it's a bit rough, kind of throwing them away, and that's crashed already. I've crashed again. That's naff. What are you doing? So I've loaded that, and it hasn't worked. It doesn't even let me push a button this time round. This looks really good as well. It just doesn't... Do you know something? Something happened there. Did you see it? The screen flashed. That's really bad. Well, it's bad that I can't get it to work. After all that, looks really cool as well. Number 1, keyboard. 2, Kempston, joystick. That's really irritating. And because we see these lovely levels, and if I press the space bar, it takes me back. Space lets me go back. So it's activating for some of the keys, but not all the keys. I'm pressing cap shift down now. Extended mode. Delete. Break. Video. Graphics. Edit. Caps lock. Caps lock 1. That's frustrating as hell because that looks so good as well. Right, okay. What I'm going to do then is I won't end it just yet. I'm going to put the the old Omni on, which is a Spectrum clone. A very good Spectrum clone with a good ROM set, and it basically emulates a number of things, including, is it the Ace something or other, which is another Spectrum-esque clone. I know somebody's got one of those, it so emulates all of those. Well, it doesn't emulate it. It's got a ROM. That does all of those various things. So and it's effectively real hardware as well, which is great. So it's a real Spectrum. I'm going to put the Omni on. We'll stick the Omni in. It's based on, I think it's based on the Harlequin board. I think that's what it's called, but it's called the Omni. Comes from a lovely chap who I think you can get them in the UK, can't you? Is it Retroradionics that does it? Anyway, so I'm going to put that on, and we're going to do a quick video on that because I can't leave you without at least attempting this because it looks blooming brilliant, doesn't it? Look at that! Look at it flying by. I've got to give it a try. So I've got the game anyway, and I'll put the ROM on, and fingers crossed that everything goes beautifully. So I'll see you back in a few seconds. Bye bye. Okay, we're back, and with a bit of fiddling, I've managed to get the joystick to work on the Omni. I couldn't work out the keys. The keys just wouldn't work at all. It wouldn't accept it. So, this is our little guy. His name is Johnny Jones. He is part of a series, actually, apparently. And Johnny Jones keeps his personal challenge of death and dips laden into the passages bent into the dark antique pyramids of Egypt. Basically, he's after diamonds. That's what it says on the I've just read the instructions, which have been translated to English, very badly, by the way. I've just pronounced that there. But anyway, Johnny Jones apparently had some sequels as well. There was a couple of other sequels. In fact, there's 3. So this is the first one. But basically, it's 3,000 years ago. The best explorers have tried to find this particular thing in the temple, and they need to find the room to find basically the treasure. And Johnny Jones is a hero, and he must do it. Now, it's a platformer. So this is a little man here. Now, we have a couple of things. One of which is that's my high jump there. If I push down on the joystick, I get a little short jump, which is really handy. I love the little pharaoh at the beginning as you come into it. That's really cool. So the first thing we've got to negotiate is passing this bloody thing. And I'm swearing already because I've been trying for a bit, and I thought I'd let you join in on my absolute misery. It's one of those blooming bits where you can't seem to win. You can't stand on it when it's splashing. You can't walk through this. It just won't let you. You can't escape. You can't leave once you're in. So that's a trap there. Do you know what? I think Johnny Jones must have been related to Horace because he's got that sort of Horace look. He just doesn't have the dreadlocks. But anyway, so we got our little man here, and we're struggling to get past just the first obstacle. And this shouldn't be the first game where the first obstacle absolutely murders you. I remember Spiky Harold, which is a Firebird game, which is similarly manic. Oh wow, I've done it, and I've got something as well. So we've got past the first bit. That's utterly amazing. Sugar, this is horrendous. Can't do the big high jump, and I've just stuffed myself. Can't believe I got past that there. Yeah, I remember how tough that particular part was. Spiky Harold was horrendously tough. There's obviously a knack to jumping past that. Wow, how do I get past this then? Is this a short jump? Yes, it's a short jump. Right, I'm in the next room. Right, and Spiky Harold's just really tough about getting through the first room. And in fact, there's a few games that have been really, really horrendous getting through the first rooms. Timing on this is going to be absolutely awful. Oh, I can go down that way. That's fine. Oh, fallen to my death now, though. That's the permadeath type approach to it all. Let's try it again, see if we get any further. I kind of like that. I like the way it looks. It's a shame it's absolutely monstrous with the. I've got that one, by the way. I've got that sorted now. Monstrous with its. I've not got that bit sorted though. What an idiot. Monstrous with its approach to the sort of the actual toughness of the puzzles to get past places. That's just horrible, but it gives you loads of lives, which is always, it's bad if you've got loads of lives. That's what they always say about these games. If they've got loads of lives, then it's really, really bad. I just like the graphics. I like the way it looks. It's got a nice feel to it. It's a nice feel to it. I like the way it looks. I do like the way it looks. I'm jumping too early. Now I can't get past the blooming thing. I can't get past this now. I'm concentrating too hard on it. That's what it is. There we go. We're going past. We'll just wait for this thing to come back. Go, 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 go. There. Over this way. Low jump to get past that. I don't need to go upwards for some reason. Definitely don't need to do that. Big jump across here to land on them. Oh, that kills you. So I have to go round, otherwise I go through to that floor there that causes me to go onto spikes. So you've got no option but to go really, really, and get lucky past this thing. Oh, sugar. How tough is that? Oh, I'm stuck. This is tough. Tougher than I thought it was going to be. I can't... Oh, damn it. That's so tough. What a tough game. I'm having another go. As I say, I quite like it though. I think I'm a bit glutton for punishment. I quite like the styling of it. There's a real challenge, and if the thing about games is that if they feel like they're a challenge and you're actually managing to get past it, then there's some real satisfaction to be had. And when you're not an idiot like that, there's some real satisfaction to be had with passing those points in the game. There's some real satisfaction. I'm finding it, it's certainly satisfying to get past these points that I was struggling on earlier. That's it, jump up there. Struggling to get past earlier. Now this one's the next one. The next big one for me to get past is this one. I'm edged right to the pixel perfect edge. Damn you. Can't go through that room. That thing there's killer. So I've got that was just random jumping there to see whether or not it was early in the room that I could do the jump. Sugar. It doesn't half move fast. Oh, got it. I've got it. Wow, right, okay, how am I going to get past this? Go. There we go, past. Damn it. Oh, wow. Oh, I can jump past it. Right, I can jump past it. But I need to time it with the blooming thing on the floor. Sugar. That's so tough. Every room is a new, extremely tough challenge of things. I'm loving it and hating it all at the same time. I'm hating how hard it is, and that the fact that the learning curve on it is massive. But at the same time, I'm loving the fact that there is that challenge there. All right, okay. So every time we play, you get better and better at it. Wow, look at that. See what I mean? Every time I'm getting better and better at the challenge of beating those particular sections. So I've now got here with 9 lives. I've lost 1 life on the way. That's really good. That's really bad though. That one there is really bad to pass. I landed on a thing. I have to let it bounce across, and then be going back. Damn you! That's going to be pixel perfect. This one, because he's going to have to hit the other side practically before. There, I've done it. No, you idiot! Should have checked what you were doing in that room before you did that. Okay, now, sugar. That's so good, though. In a strange sort of way, I quite like that, how difficult it is. Anyway, I'm left you with, I think, quite a good one, even though it's really, really tough on this. So, thank you for watching. I will see you in a couple of weeks' time with a new season. It'll be season 9. That's quite good. Season 9 run as we run to Christmas, with another 10 weeks of videos and tapes as we go along. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.